Hello, everybody. Come and join me for Saturday Night Live. I thought it was hilarious earlier when I made that joke to my husband. I was like, Saturday Night Lives. Today we're going to be painting a waterfall landscape. So come and join me. Grab your rocks, grab your paints. I already have an active palette, so I'm not going to do palette prep tonight. I'm just going to go off of the colors. As you can see, I am a very messy painter, but I have all of the colors here of the rainbow. We're going to be working with blues, greens, lots of black. Grab lots and lots of black. Speaking of which, I'm going to refill my black and my white over here. Grab your white. Grab some pinks, some purples for florals. Just grab your paints up. Give it like 2 or 3 more minutes to like let people get their snacks, get their waters, come join me, come paint with me. I'm freezing. What's new? My hands are super cold. Okay, I don't have a square today. I'm just gonna do it on this blemish stone. Blemishes on the back. That's pretty flat side on the front. It's almost the size of a 4-inch square, but it's just a little bit unevenly shaped. So I'm gonna be doing this on 4 inches of work. Do not grab the smallest rock that you can possibly find. And yeah. So I'm going to give it maybe like another 2 minutes for a couple more people to join in if anybody wants to come and chit chat. I don't know if I'm getting any comments, and this happened to the last live where I just was not getting any of my comments. So, see if I could try to check it on Facebook through the tablet. I don't even remember my face. Yeah, I didn't end up getting comments last time till like halfway through the live. I guess that's the good thing about when Katie and Wanda go live, like they at least have each other to like talk to. Or somebody at least to like monitor the comments. And it's not awkwardly silent in here tonight because my dishwasher is on, thank God. You won't hear every little creak. God, I don't remember my Facebook password. Okay. I don't know. I don't think that I'm getting any comments. I don't know if anybody has said anything. Allison, I just saw that you're watching. Do you see any comments? Can you let me know? Can you message me if you see anything? If not, it's cool. Whatever. I'll just sit here talking to myself. Katie says I'm not getting comments. Boo! Kim, oh, thank you guys for messaging me. Okay, alright. I guess I'm not getting any comments, so I won't be able to, like, interact. But it's okay. You guys will just listen to me drone on back here. Alright, so we're gonna do, like, a little waterfall, some trees, some greenery over here. Let's do, like, a nice little moonscape up here in the back with some, like clouds, make it really pretty. I'm over here trying to combine 3 photos that I'm looking at right now. So bear with me. I don't have like an inspiration photo for you guys to go off of because the inspiration is me. Just kidding. Okay, so I'm gonna start by maybe like leaving a nice big 1/3 of the section up here. And I'm gonna draw like a little curved line down. So this is gonna be our little mountain, and this is going to be where the beginning of our waterfall is. I'm gonna section this piece off here. And I'm gonna try to go at like a semi-slow but also semi-fast pace so that you guys can do it with me but also take breaks in case you guys are painting along. This is gonna be where our waterfall is. And believe it or not, I'm pretty sure that this is about all that I'm gonna sketch. Maybe I'll just, let's skinny that out a little bit. And maybe we could just do like a little, here, erase this. I'm not very big on like sketching, so sometimes doing these tutorials is like it's not like my favorite thing to like have to sketch everything out, because most of the time I just put stuff on and let's go from there. All right, so here we have our little wave shape, and here's our waterfall, and this is going to be the little pond that the waterfall is feeding off into. Trust the process. Let's trace a little circle tier 2. I do not have a smaller circle than this. Okay. If you guys have like a small little circle that you guys can trace, like a penny or a dime, put that down, or you could just freehand a circle. Like a little moon up here. Just for a point of reference. Okay. And again, if you guys are just joining in, I do not have comments. I am sorry, and it sucks because I really wish that I could interact with you guys and talk to you, but Facebook just sometimes is wonky. Okay, so let's get started. And my teaching method for this one is going to be a little bit different. Let's just go ahead and grab some black. Grab just a regular old paintbrush, and let's fill in here. Just going to fill it all in with black. You guys are going to come along for the ride here. Come over here off to the side a little bit. Get nice and pretty, nice and covered. Go. Try to fill it in. I wouldn't say as quickly as possible, but it's pretty easy section to fill off. Wipe that brush off. And then what I'm going to do here for the background, I don't know why I said that like that. I'm going to grab a dark blue. I have like no room to mix here. Oh my god, I might need to get like a little plate or something just so I can show you guys the colors I'm mixing. If you guys have like a lilac or like a periwinkle blue, go ahead and grab that. Okay, I'm just gonna show you guys my little paint on plate here. And then I'm gonna grab some purple. I'm very big into color mixing and making my own colors, so I only have like the main colors. I know I'm probably repeating myself to you guys that have watched me. I'm grabbing some white. I'm gonna mix it until it's like a nice, like a very dark periwinkle blue. And that's just blue and purple. I don't know the exact, I think it's phthalo blue and dark violet from Liquitex. And that's what I'm gonna fill the little waterfall section here with. Hopefully if anybody else is watching along, any of the other admins and you guys have questions, they can hopefully answer. And this is going to be the little runoff for the waterfall. So let's bring that down here too. And we're just base painting. And the fun thing about landscapes is that you can just go crazy with it. There's no lines, there's no restrictions. It is just nature. Let's rinse off that brush. And then from here, I'm going to grab some, maybe like a teal. So I have this teal color already that I had made, and it's just, I think these are actually neons mixed with acrylic. The neon gouaches from Wanda. But it's probably a little bit of this color, maybe a little bit of this lime green. Let's guesstimate. Yeah, that sounds right. And then I'm going to add in a little bit of this darker blue. And just a little bit of white. I want to make like a really pretty like aqua teal color. Grab that. Don't mind my kids. Oops. Don't mind my kids in the back screaming. You guys already know the drill. They are hopped up on ice cream. We took them out today and they still have like 1,000 miles of energy. Oh, how I wish to be young again. So I'm creating my line here. My paint is still wet, so I do want to work a little bit quicker. I have a baby blue that I'm going to sort of lay down like directly on top of it. And this brush is wet, so we're going to put this down for a second. And we're going to grab our, here I have my wheel of, I don't know if you guys can see it, my wheel of paintbrushes and stuff. I'm just going to grab my dry brush and I'm going to use that to blend these two colors together. You can try to sweep it across, but I'm just going to do the tapping method right now. I'm using the side of my brush and I'm wiping off the excess. That's a very, very important part. Do you want to wipe off the excess and just create a nice little blend here? Alright, so this is my dry brush. I'm going to put it down for a second. I haven't rinsed it off or anything. I'm going to grab my baby blue and start to fill it in before it dries up. Probably going to end up painting over that moon. Washed off the baby blue, and I'm going to go in with just a regular darker blue color. Let's bring that all the way up here. Hello to everybody that is just joining in or trying to catch up. If you guys are painting along, I don't see any comments, but maybe I see reactions. I'm not sure. If you guys are painting along, throw me the little heart eyes emoji. See if I get those, at least. Let's just blend this in together. Just tapping it in with my dry brush here. You can even put some of the paint back on there because we have an abundance of brushes here that are dry or will be dry. And I'm just going to tap, tap, tap those colors together until I get a nice gradient that I want. This top section is going to be filled with clouds. So it does not have to be like a direct, like don't spend too much time worrying about the blending up here because we might just end up covering them with clouds anyway. Okay, adding some blue up here. Oh my god, I'm literally not picking up any paint. Okay, that brush is completely wet now, so I'm just going to grab a different. I have an abundance of brushes that I'm just going to be going through here. And just tap, tap, tap. Alright, so our black is pretty much almost dry over here. But this section is actually really, really dry. So I'm going to work on this down here. I'm going to go in with some, I don't know why I grabbed this brush. Maybe like a little bit of a smaller brush. It's sort of flathead, but not really. Let's grab some blue. And I'm going to grab my little paint over here. A little paint palette. And just a little like pinpoint of black. I don't want it to completely take away from the blue, but I do want it to be very, very dark. So I'm going to put that here. Stop. Rinse my brush off. Get the color off. And then grab just some water on the brush. And let's water that down. Just add it into your water. You're painting a waterfall. Don't be afraid to let the water also make some texture for you. Make just sometimes water and paint together will make some really cool designs, man. Let's blend that down here. Okay, again, wiping off the paint and just grabbing water with my brush. And I'm gonna kind of tap that out a little bit. So that you get like the nice shading effect from the edges of where the water is, and then we'll end up working that back down. Hopefully I have not lost anybody yet. I'm gonna get a sip of water. If you guys are behind, let's play catch up right now. And let me figure out our next step. I'm gonna grab oh my goodness, look, this is literally just from my, Who am I? I'm a mess. I just did brush self-care the other day and my brushes are dirty again. Let's grab okay, so you guys are gonna want a fluffy, like scruffy brush. Where is my favorite? Where are you? I have this little one, and then I have this one, which is also full of glitter. I think this is actually my favorite scruffy brush, and it's already wet. It's okay, I have an abundance of them now because I tend to drive these brushes pretty deep into the rock. Let's grab another one. Okay, so I got my scruffy brushes. I now have glitter all over my piece. Which is okay because it's going to get glitter all over it anyway. And here I'm going to section off with my pencil. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. As usual, I don't know what the heck I'm doing, but we're going to go with it and see how this turns out. Here in the black, I'm going to section this little piece off because I want to do another little waterfall here. That's going to look super cute. And then we're going to level off different sections as to where your greenery is going to go. And we're just going to start patting in, blending colors, making dark, and then bringing out the light. Did that make sense to anybody? I have a yucky mucky green brown looking mixture here, which is just regular green. And then I'm going to grab my brown and just mix. You guys can see that, to make like a very, very dark green. It's almost like army green. Because I want to give something back from the black. And I'm just gonna, this is a very scruffy brush. I don't know if you guys can see it. It is my Fred brush. It is loved, but also not loved at the same time. And we're gonna tap directly from the top. Why do we use a scruffy brush? Because you want texture in this painting. I'm not gonna completely cover it. I do want some of the black to still show. I know you can't really see that much of a difference, but that's because we are going to be building layers and layers of greenery on this. Just tap, tap, tap from the top. Tap it in, tap it in, tap it in. Let's do another layer over here. Tap, tap, tap. Not so bad, right? You can see hints of green up from the black. Am I going to do the same over here? Yes, I am. I have decided just in this second. Tap, tap, tap. Bring some of that into your waterfall. It's going to be very majestic. You're going to want to take a little midnight swim here. Directly from the top, not from the side, because you're just going to get blobs from the top. And you'll notice that when I start to do these, I kind of go back and forth. I'll work on the sky while this dries. I'll work on the water while another section dries. So here we are, going to be waiting for this little army green to dry. Let's bring back that moon that we painted, well, that I painted over. If you didn't paint over it, then just leave it alone. But here is where my moon is going to be. And I'm going to start to fill that in with some white. Like a little brush. All the brushes in the world, and I can't find the ones that I need. Do you want your moon to be big? I don't know. It's entirely up to you. I kind of want mine to be off in the distance. And I'm just making it bigger and bigger as I go. Trying to shape out that circle. If you have something to trace a perfect circle with, do that. I need to get me one of those little circle things that Katie uses. The little, I don't know what it is. It's like a little stencil thing. Because I'm always looking for something to match my circle shapes. Man, I can't shape this out to save my life tonight. Okay. There we go. All right, our green over here is almost dry, but not completely. So let's start to work on let's do a little bridge up here. I grabbed some black. Forgot to explain what I'm doing. I'm just gonna draw like a little rainbow shape up here. All right. So now that we've gotten to this point, I'm going to grab my scruffy brush again and take all of the water, as much water as I can out. And that is how my brush got to be so scruffy, is I kind of just dig it in, try to dry off as much as I can. And ta-da! He is beaten up. All right. So we got our brown mixture. I'm going to add some more green to it and some of this lime green. If you don't have lime green, you can mix green with yellow, put a little bit of white in it. And I'm going to mix it into this darker color. Why? Because we are layering our colors. And let's go in and tap again. Very, very light taps. Sorry, I can't see when I'm I have the phone right in front of my face, and then the light from above is very blinding. So I was trying to hold it at an angle, but I don't know if you can see it like that. Let me hold it tap, tap, tap. And you want to make your taps very short, because if you just go like full blown, like here's my tap, that's what you're going to get, as opposed to, see? Very tap, very light taps. Eat a snack every time Diana says taps. Be about 1,000 pounds by the time that we leave this life. We actually just ate dinner, and I'm already like fiending for something sweet. I'm really bummed out right now that I am getting 0 comments. Like, that is the entire point of going live and having fun and having friends and painting with friends. Sucks. It's like I feel like you guys are having a party without me in the comments, and I can't even read them. What's up with that? All right, so not so bad. You start to see different little shades of green coming through. Right. Okay. I'll give you guys a minute to catch up if you need to catch up. If you guys are painting, I don't know, because I never got any type of reactions the last time I asked. I'm hoping that the comments start to like pop up at some point. It's my party and I'm gonna cry because I want to. All right. Same little brush. He's pretty dry. I do a pretty good job of taking the water out of it. Let's start building up light up here. So I do have this neon mixture going on over here. My paints are a mess. I am a mess all the time. You guys know me, you know this. I have this neon yellow from Wanda. If you don't have neon yellow, that's cool. Just use some of your yellow. I don't like using this yellow because it's very like transparent. Like, I need to mix white with it and I need to mix a lot of white in it. Sorry, put that over here. In order for it to be like simmered. Like, look at how much white I'm adding to it, and it's still extremely pigmented. That's the only downfall to these paints. Alright. Gonna start to mix in a very bright yellow. If you already have these colors that I'm painting with, don't even stress about mixing the colors. I don't know. I'm just weird and I don't have a lot of colors. I only have like the main colors. So I'm mixing that in with some of this lime green. Again, if you don't have lime green, just use the lightest green that you have. It is very light. Okay. And let's start shading this. Is that like a cookie crumb? What was that? Let's start patting this into the top. Very lightly, okay? Because you don't want to overdo it. Because this is the part that people are going to see. See all those layers that you hid down there? Well, now they're about to see your actual texturing and how you're doing it. So this is Simba. This is the part where the light touches. All right. I'm going to tap off the rest of my paint. This is a burp rag. I am past the baby stage of needing burp rags, and I have an abundance of them, so this is what this is. I highly always suggest using a paint rag underneath, because paper towels and all of that, this is at least consistent and will last me a very long time. So I tapped off the excess paint, and I have a little bit of it left on my brush. I'm going to use that to lighten it up down here. I don't want it to be as light as up here, because the moon is hitting this, it's directly, right? This is another little shelf. So it's like transferred light. Just kind of lightening it up down here. And I barely have any paint left on my brush, as you can see. not so bad. All right. I like hype myself up. I have to because nobody else is talking to me right now. Mix a little bit of that in. And let's go in. Top here. Oh my god, my kids are wilding upstairs. They were playing cops and robbers earlier, and I was like, who taught you this? Like, where did you learn this? Very, very light taps. And I don't have my hands down on anything because it helps me keep like the pressure off. Like if I get here and I get lazy, my hand becomes very, very heavy. So I like to have when I'm doing stuff like this and I need to lightly tap or I need to lightly shade or do whatever, I like to keep my hand up so that I'm not putting my weight down on it. And we're just layering here. Do a little bit of Bob Ross movement here. Pretend like psych yourself up and be like, yes, I can do it. Bob can do it, I can do it. And truth is, you guys can. I know you can. Take my hand and I'll show you how. Okay. All right. What section should we work on next? Let's start working on the water down here a little bit. We already did shade in this darker area. Let's start to lighten it up a little bit. I'm just going to grab a flat-headed brush. This is one of my favorite brushes. It's actually extremely cheap and already super wobbly. Like, it's going to give out on me soon. I think I got this like at Walmart on those like 99-cent packs of brushes. But it's been my go-to for a flathead. The bristles are pretty nice for it being so cheap. Alright, I'm going to grab some cerulean blue. It's a very, very pretty blue. I'm going to grab some of that turquoise that we grabbed earlier with the cerulean. Let's mix that in. And just a smidge of white. You want like a very midnight summer's dream type of feel to this lake. Here's the final color if you guys need it. I think that Apple Barrel has a color like this called Laguna. It's really good. Caribbean, I don't know. I can't talk. So I grabbed the color and then I'm going to dip my brush into the water because I'm going to very, very lightly go in with this color. You can tap the excess off and let's start to bring this in here. Remember, you can let your water do some of the work for you. You see how it's giving some like cool effects here? I'm going to rinse my brush off and try to get as much of the paint off as I can. Make sure that it's dry and it doesn't have water in it. Since the paint is already watered on the rock, let's just tap it into that shading that we did. Very, very lightly try to sweep it across. And we're going to start to layer our water here too. Lots and lots of layers. It's not going to happen at the snap of your fingers. And if it does, then you should not be watching me and you should be out there getting your art out. Go to a museum. Something. Here we go. Next, what we're going to do is I want to hang some stuff here. I want some like hangy vine type of feels going on. I might use this brush. I do want something that's a little bit like linear. Like when you tap, instead of creating a splotch, you're going to create a linear splotch. Does that make sense? Kind of like lavender. Like if you're painting lavender, what you want to do is you want to do your little stem and you want to grab your purple or whatever color it is that you want, and you're going to go up in your taps, right, on this plate, instead of doing this. You want to go up. Does that make sense? Kind of. Okay, paint is not sticking to the plate. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to use this green. Let's put a little bit of that lighter lime green in it. I don't want it to be like, this is like a very like kindergarten green to me. Like I don't usually just use it straight. I mix it either with like brown or like a lighter green or maybe some yellow. Even some of this sometimes makes a really pretty shade with the green. The burnt sienna. God, I should have the names for these and I do not. I honestly think that the name of that paint is called Hooker's Green. So that's probably why I don't use it. Okay, I'm going to use my brush. I don't know if you guys can see it. Is a little bit flat on one side. See? So I'm going to start to bring that down. Just tap down. And you don't want to do like one big swoosh. You do want to do like kind of like you're painting vines, because behind this we're going to shade it in black. So that it brings the green that we just put down forward. Let's bring that down. All right. I'm going to show you what I mean. It's a thinner brush that I just grabbed. Let's grab some black on our brush. And you just want the very very watered down type of feel. It's too much. I'm going to shade behind it so that it brings it forward a little bit. In between here. And bring it up. Start to shape these little mountains. Kind of divide it out, section your little hangy vines. And you will notice I am just using my brush like a paintbrush. I mean like a paintbrush, like a crayon, like I'm just coloring on the rock. Because in reality, that's what you're doing. You're just coloring on your rock. Start to section it out. I'm going to use this same brush and I'm going to grab that lighter yellow that we had earlier. This one that we mixed. Maybe dip it into a little bit of green. And let's highlight the front. Just one side. So this is going to be highlighted on the left and this will be highlighted on the right. And it's very, very little. So you do want to like a thinner brush. And I don't want to create lines. I'm just tapping in just a little bit here and there. You don't want like too much. Can you guys see that? My little vines. All right. Let's throw some color in here. I want to have pretty little flowers. This color will be 100% up to you. If you guys want to use pink, red, whichever color, you want to do a darker color first. So like for me, I'm going to do a little bit of like magenta-ish. So I'm going to grab some of this purple and some of this pink. Sorry, I'm still like super congested. I don't know why my little congestion hasn't gone away. I feel like I've been sick forever. And it's the same scruffy brush that we used before. Tap off the excess paint. And let's do some florals here. A little bit here, a little bit there. So there's my darker color, right? My base color. Tap in some here. Rinse off our little scruffy brush. You guys can choose a name for your brush. Do you guys name your brushes? I don't know, because I cannot get my comments. All right, and then I'm gonna go in. Let's do some of this hot neon pink. That's from Wanda's gouaches, and I'm gonna mix it with a little bit of this baby pink. All right, so we got the color here. Let's highlight over it. You don't want to completely cover the purple that we just put down, but you do want a little bit of texture. Ta-da! Okay. We're getting there slowly, but we're getting there. We're about, I want to say like, how long has it been? Like maybe 40 minutes? 40 minutes into this painting. Okay. Let's start to work on this little bridge here. I got this very, very tiny scruffy brush. It is completely withered away to nothing. This used to look like this. Okay, so very, very scruffy. And I'm going to grab some of that green brown mixture that we did, and I'm gonna tap into it on the top. Just very lightly. Added some green. And then let's start, that's drying off. Let's start lightening up this pond down here. Again, we added, this is already our third layer of color here. And the blue that we just had, which is here and drying on this paper plate. This is why I don't like painting on regular palettes anymore. I'm gonna add some white. I got the paint on my brush, gonna very lightly dip it into the water. And let's create some water line. Kind of like a zebra, like you're painting a zebra on the rock. Use water, use your brush to fan that out a little bit before it dries. Like you're painting a zebra, just let the brush show you where it wants to go. And then from here, I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going too fast or too slow, but we're going to start adding in some palm trees and some vines forward. Actually, let's start to paint this waterfall here. Typical Diana session. I am all over the place. I'm going to grab that blue that I just used down here, and I'm going to just kind of line it down. Great. You can create several little lines here, like this little waterfall is going to trail off of this one. Just let it hang down here. You don't even have to finish off the waterfall. See, that blue just like really pops out. I'm grabbing some white and I'm going to line one side of it. And I'm not going to fully line it. I'm going to kind of create little streaks here along the edge. You do want a finer brush for this. Grab a toothpick if you don't have a fine lining brush, but I feel like at this point everybody probably should. I didn't do direct straight lines. I just kind of did a line here, 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 drag it off, make it look very waterfall-y. See how that kind of just like made a huge difference in the painting? Says Diana. I don't even know if it actually did for you guys or not. Or for me, for that matter. I'm probably just hyping myself up. Let's grab some of this little lime green here. I still have my fine lining brush. It's not a fine liner, it's just a thinner brush. And I'm gonna grab it and kind of just do some zigzags here. Not zigzags, like waves, like vines going over under the bridge. I don't know if I like that. That's okay. Just experimenting here. I might try to tap in some green here. Top. With the liner. Like that. And that is way too green for me. So I'm actually going to just grab some straight brown like this. And just kind of tap it in. Mix it in with that green. Tap, tap, tap. Layer it. So that it sort of starts to pick up some of the brown underneath it. but you also have the green, and you're just in itself creating different layers, different shaded layers. Maybe even a little bit of burnt sienna. Very, very lightly adding it in. Okay. So our little bridge is going to also have some vines. And for that, I do want to grab this fine liner. Paint on it already. And I'm going to grab some black. And let's paint some little vines hanging down. You can just do this in the form of squigglies. And then from here, let's start building on our clouds. Brushes I have over here. Okay, so let's use this little guy here. Kind of flat, kind of like a, I want to say he used to have like a rounded top, but he might not anymore. Let's grab him and let's start to add some darkness into this. I'm gonna use that straight blue. It's a very, very pretty blue. And let's direct the clouds this way. Just gonna make a simple cloud shape, and I'm using it on the side, the flatter side. I'm just gonna kind of like scrub it in here. Half of the time, I don't know what I'm doing with cloud work. Katie is the cloud queen, not me. So if these don't turn out good, we're gonna throw the whole rock away. Just kidding. We'll find a way to fix it. You know, think of Toy Story when they were like very simple shapes. It's very puffy, very circly. Just bring that in. Let's separate that and kind of let's do some more clouds down here. Make one taller, make one littler. I don't want to completely cover this aqua. So I'm just going to use my finger to kind of tap off the excess. And let's bring in that. It's almost like you're just kind of like scrubbing it out, you know? Building on our clouds. I'm going to grab some white and let's grab some white and some baby blue. And I'm going to go in here, the top of the shape. Start to shape the clouds. Let's wipe off all of the paint. The paint is still wet, so I'm going to use the brush to kind of just blend it into that darker color that we had here. And you do want to work, I wouldn't say like fast, but with a little bit of urgency, so that we can start to blend these clouds in before they dry. And if you start to lose your shape, you can go ahead and add in that blue, add in white, add in blue, until you get a happy blend that you are satisfied with. I don't know what I just did there. I just did it without explaining. I'm sorry. I'm going to add in that white, baby blue mixture up here to the top. Bruno is upstairs crying because he wants to come down, but I told him he's not allowed to tonight because he is on timeout today. Just gonna kind of scrubby it down. It completely took off my paint. Okay, well, Diana tries to get her life together. My God, my kids are like going nuts upstairs. We got a library card today, so that's fun. I'm completely taking off my paint because I'm trying to do it when it's wet. I'm gonna come back to that. Put it down, step away, come back to it. If you guys are trying to catch up, we're about to go even faster now. Just kidding. Give you guys like a second to catch up. Let me try to log into my Facebook. I can't remember my Facebook password. I'm gonna try to see if I can get comments on the tablet, but can't remember what my password is. All right. I cannot remember my Facebook password. Which is funny because I'm on Facebook, but I like never log out of it on my phone, so it's a little concerning. All right. Well, let's start working on this waterfall here. Dun 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 dun. We never thought we'd get here, but here we are. I'm going to base layer some aqua behind or in front of this blue, and then we're going to build on it like we did with this one and do some white on top. It's already completely dry, so let's build that color again. It was some of that teal, some of that cerulean blue, like a nice pretty aqua color, and some white. Probably a little bit more white. If you guys have not invested in a wet palette yet, very, very big difference has made in my painting. I don't know what I'm saying. I can't even talk tonight. This paint has been on this palette for about a week now, and it is still going strong. Add more white to that. Okay. How am I gonna approach this? I don't want to use a flat brush because I don't want straight lines. I want like the wispiness of the waterfall, like the foam, it's like fuzzy back there. So let's grab some, I'm gonna grab this brush, the little brush that cut. He's still got a little bit of green on him, so we're gonna wash him out. Poor guy, he's been through it, man. He has been through it. He's very wispy though. He's perfect for like florals and clouds, and I'm gonna try to even separate him as much as I can. I'm gonna dip it into my paint. I grabbed it on the edge here, and I'm gonna tap off the excess because it's just habit, and I'm just gonna stream him down. I don't want to completely touch the water. Very, very light strokes is what I'm doing. The brush that is extremely separated. He's a little bit wounded. Oops, that was way too much. Bring it down here. Bring it down here on the sides. I'm going to tap off the excess. Oh my God, this one already dried. It's already dry. Oh, that was fast. Well, I was trying to make it like a watered down look, but this paint is apparently drying very, very fast. See, it's just like random strokes is what I'm doing. Because the brush is so separated, it is just Random strokes is what it's allowing me to create. That's why everybody needs a fret brush. And let's start to kind of like scrubby it up here. I'm just taking the paint that's on the rock and on the brush and just kind of doing a circular motion, and that's how this brush came to be so messed up. A little bit of paint. Just doing circular motions like you're scrubbing it down. Your scrub daddy brush. There we go. So you're starting to create the layers for your waterfall. Want a little bit more lines here. And I really do not like using that as my palette. I don't want to completely cover up the blue and the black. The blue in the back. Oh my god, I cannot talk tonight. Alright. I'm really sad that I'm not getting comments. Hope you guys are having fun without me. I feel so excluded. Oh my goodness. Alright. I'll give you guys a little second to catch up. Let's go back to working on those clouds over there. They're looking a little sad. Here's a different approach to it. I'm going to grab the white and baby blue mixture that I had. Wipe that off. I'm not rinsing my brush off because I'm trying to do this quickly. Put a little bit of it down and then blend it into the blue. Blend from the bottom up. It's kind of like you're pushing that white up. Grab a little bit more white. And let's add a little bit more blue. Just like literally just a smidge. It's like my brush is kissing the palette here. Because it ended up making a really nice teal. Sometimes you'll get colors accidentally. Grab some white. I'm not rinsing my brush off in between paint kisses. And let's start scrubbing that white up. Remove excess. Paint it down. I got a comment! Betty. Again, Betty, you're like the magic key man. I guess Betty is like a Facebook sorcerer because the last time that she commented, all my comments popped up. Jen, I got a comment. I don't know what they're talking about. You guys are, man, y'all had a conversation without me in the background over there. Katie is, I got a comment from Katie. I don't know if Katie is leaving. I'm pretty sure she is because I know I wouldn't be up and painting. Katie just needs to get better because I don't like when my kids are sick, and I feel like Katie's not my kid, but she's like my friend, and it hurts my heart. We're just scrubbing in that white. Oh my god, I feel like I've been awoken. Jen, hi Jen. Pam is here. Two Jens. Jen Rose and Jen. I can't say your last name. Don't be mad if I don't say it. Zirky? Is it Zirky? It sounds like Zirky. Margie's here. Katie is way behind. Ruth. Hi, Ruth. Hi, everybody. Oh my god. Yay. Freaking finally. Okay. Let's do the same process over here. I got like a rush, man. Like my adrenaline is pumping. Kim is here. All right. Tapping it down. Allison is here. Aw, you guys. Connie's here. Ashley's here. Yeah, Jen, they're like super pumped up, man. We took them to this place today called it's called Lost Island, and it's like a putt-putt. And they have like these huge like dinosaur displays, and my son is like a dinosaur kid through and through. So he was just like, "Oh my god, it's a Brontosaurus, it's a Stegosaurus, mom, look this, blah, 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 blah." But they also had like an indoor playground, so this was already after they had gone through the indoor playground, and I don't know why they are so like energetic today. We went to the library, we got our library card set up, checked out some books. For I don't know if you guys know, but I homeschool my kids for homeschool this week, and then I don't know what this cloud is like turning into, but here it is. See, it's kind of good that I didn't have comments before, because then we'd be here like 3 hours. Turkey. So Zerky, right? Am I saying that right? Okay. Just adding in some blue with some white. Very much while it's wet. And you're just gonna scrub it. Just scrub the paint. Oh, and that's probably what they're playing upstairs. They have like a play kitchen we have like a whole playroom upstairs. And the library had this like little like supermarket checkout like play area, and my daughter was going nuts over it, so that's probably what they're doing. No, not the traveling display of no, we've been to that, and that one was actually like pretty terrible. It's just like, I guess like, yeah, the dinosaurs are like that, but they don't move, if that makes sense. And they have like a big Jaws. It's like a really cool place. Like they have like this massive King Kong and like the little like boat scene from Jaws, and it's really, really cool. And my daughter like made friends over there, and I don't know, it was a really good day. One of those days, you know. And I grabbed some of the blue, and I'm going to darken it up here. Let's make some darker clouds here. Just scrub it in. It almost looks like it's teal, but it's the blue. Like, isn't that crazy how different it looks like against a different color? And yeah, this cloud work is just, I'm sorry, I'm not explaining what I'm doing, because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of, Katie, I need you. Katie is the cloud queen. Let's bring that down. Let's bring this cloud down. Happy little clouds. I don't know. He just said something about Nigel Thornberry. They're super into the wild thornberries right now. Okay, and that was silent. Let me come back over here. Let's do another little layered row of white. Let's make them fluffy. Fluffy, pretty clouds. I don't know if I like the shape of my clouds, but we're gonna go with it. They're very like Emmy, right? Like very, like it's a very archy type of cloud. Put in some of the blue, some of the white. It's funny the things that kids remember, because we went to IHOP this morning for breakfast, and they had somebody's birthday was going on, and they did the whole like singing shebang, and my son is upstairs like singing happy birthday right now. It was just his birthday, like, when was it, last week or the week before last week? On the 15th. And he so it's just funny. I hear him singing happy birthday upstairs, and we just heard them singing it today. Oh, that had green in it. I don't know where the green came from, but we're just scrubbing out the clouds, making little clouds. Jen said that they had snow at the beach. What? That's crazy. I'm sure that was like a sight to see. California, what I wouldn't give to be near a beach right now. I think that's why I wanted to paint the waterfall so bad today, was because I severely have been in a very, my God, I would do anything to go back to Hawaii and be stationed there, but one of those I should be grateful that it happened at all, that I was lucky enough to live there. But my God, like, it's one of those places that you just never really get over. Okay. Jen, your kids are adults. Oh my God. I don't want to think about the day that my kids are adults. Betty says that her weather has been crazy. Let's give everybody a chance to catch up, and let me warm up my hands because my hands are freezing right now. Hi, Sarah. Connie says that finally warmed up from the negatives. Oh, yeah, I don't know what's up with me, but today, like, so I went back home to El Paso, and it would get into like the low, like, 70s, and I'd be freezing. And then today it was like 50 something degrees, and I was like, wow, it is so hot. I'm like sweating. Like, it's so weird how your body like acclimates to where you live, because it's been so cold for so long that 50 degrees to me was like, oh my God, so warm. It's a beautiful day. Let's not wear jackets. Like, let's just go out and soak in the beautiful day at 50 degrees. Hi, Sherry. They still live at home and love to do stuff together. Ah, that's like my cousins. My cousins still live at home, and they're like young, and I don't know. If I was back home, I would still be living with my parents, even with my 3 kids and a dog, because good Lord, I miss living with my parents. I miss their help. Sorry, I just took off my earrings. My ears are like super itchy. Okay. Has everybody caught up? Okay, so now that like I actually have comments, is anybody actually painting along? Or are you guys just here for the chit chat that I'm barely catching up on? Okay, so I'm gonna leave the clouds alone. They're very cartoony looking, but I kinda like the feel. Yeah, my uncle lives in California. We haven't been in California in a really long time, man. Ashley is painting. Okay, great. That sounds good. Allison says she has to catch up and finish tomorrow. No! Don't leave me. 10 inches of ice with a foot of snow on top. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't with the snow no more. Margie's painting. Yay. Okay. I'm glad that you guys are here with me. Okay. Yay. Allison is not leaving. All right. Oh my God. I feel like you see, this is why comments being off should have been like a for everything, because I get to talking and then that's it. Okay. I'm gonna layer this moon again. because it's very, very white. And while I'm layering it and the paint is going to be wet, I'm going to start working on the craters and stuff. Ew, Kim, how dare you say that to me? I'm so sad. Take me with you. Oh my god, I'm so jealous. That sounds amazing. Amazing. We want to take the kids to Disney so bad, but it's like so hard to plan with like everything that we got going on this year. It's gonna be a busy year. So it's just we're not taking them to Disneyland yet, but I did just get tickets for Disney on Ice, so that's like a close second, right? All right, let's go back to work on this moon. I'm gonna grab a little bit of blue and a little bit of black, just like a little smidge. I'm so like nasally. And some gray. My moon still has white on it. Not touching the very top, just like a little bit of it. Does that make sense? Not touching the very top, bringing it down. I'm going to wipe off the rest of the paint, and I'm going to bring this down. Like you're shading the moon. And it's going to blend right back into that white. Let's tap some of that blue into the moon. And then let's pick up some black and maybe a little bit of gray at the same time. Black, gray. Tap in some dots here. I'm going to remove the excess off, rinse my brush off really quickly. And I'm going to tap. So you're giving your moon a little bit of character here. Tap some white back into just a little bit. You don't want to go too dark. Full on twilight coming out. Team Jacob or Team Edward? I don't know. I was always a Team Jacob kind of girl. If you know, you know. All right. Let's give people a chance to catch up on that. Sherry says she's going to catch up later. Kim says it's going to be a short weekend. Yeah, we just went last year before my husband went on deployment, and oh my god, like just seeing my kids' faces light up when they saw Minnie and Mickey come out was just like 1,000% worth it. And so they're coming again, and I was like, oh, I really want to take them. And like now that Mateo, my younger one, my baby, he's like super into Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, and he's like older now, so he understands, you know, like what's going on, and he's not just laying there like a baby. He's like walking and up and being a little 18-month-old, and I'm so excited for him to see Disney on Ice. He's gonna like flip out. Okay. That's Mateo screaming. Callie is Team Jacob. Callie, you know. How could she go back to Edward after he left her there? Okay. Let's put a palm tree here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm going to grab some black. I'm just going to go for it. Let's do this way or this way. I'm going to do it this way. Almost like it's right here in front of you. All right, let's experiment. Just kidding. Don't follow along with me in case this is like a royal mess up. And then the palm is just eh, 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 eh. Palms are pretty easy to do. You just like a little boomerang shape. And just bring those leaves down. You're like, Diana, over all of my hard work? Yes, over all of your hard work. I'm not covering it completely. I'm just adding some black, the little leaves off of it. Add another one down here. Honestly, palm silhouettes are easy because they're just a lot of lines that we're gonna brighten up right here in a little bit. All right, not too bad. Oh my God, Shark Boy, I know. Yes, there's no mistakes in art. All right. Let's add some more into this waterfall while this is drying out. Let's add some white. Look at that. It already dried out again. My blue dried out again. That's annoying. I'm just gonna start mixing it on the palette. Even though there's no room for it, it's happening. Add a little bit of white. Buff the excess because you don't want to just blob it on. Oh my God, that's not light enough. Add more white. And this I am gonna do straight lines for it because my little approach with my little banged up brush over here was just not working. So let's just do straight lines. I wanted it to be really fluffy, but it just is not as fluffy as I would like it to be. And we're still gonna add yet another layer of white. So don't make these too like fat where they're taking up the entire waterfall here. And I did grab my little scruffy brush, grabbing some of that white and teal mixture. Just gonna tap it in. And let's tap it in down here too, because waterfalls create foam, right? Oh, for that, it wants to work, right? It's like, finally. Give it in over here. And then I am trying to make sure that there's no paint left. I'm gonna kind of just make it fluffy. Add a little bit more paint onto my brush. Leave some of it on the rock. Wipe off the excess, and let's just go for it. All right. Robert S. Cedric Diggory. Oh my God, that movie, that was probably one of my favorite out of all of this. You can tell that I have been to waterfalls. Yeah, I was obsessed. Like, waterfall hikes were my favorite ones when we lived in Hawaii. I have so many waterfall pictures. Let's go back into this palm tree. And let's add some brown. Just some brown to my fine liner. Some streaks down here. I don't want to completely cover up the black. It's just a couple little lines here and there. Can you see that? And let's go for some of that blue, the green and brown mixture here. And we're gonna try to line one side of it. Oh, it's like really not showing up at all. Okay, let's go with the light green. Let's go with the lime green. It's got a little bit of, I don't know what color that is mixed over there, but it's just making it a slight bit darker. And we're gonna line it, but I don't want to do direct lines because you know how palm trees have that crazy bark. And it has to have a little bit of texture in it. Alright, I'm gonna line some of these down here, but not towards the top where the branch starts. Just the bottom of the branch here. It's just like all mushy. Just creating some lines here. Not completely covering them, just a little bit here, a little bit there. Trying to bring the palm tree forward from the background. It's big palette out of the way. Oh my god, description words in the notes. Kathy. What? That sounds interesting. Do I really use that many descriptive words? Okay. All right. Now let's go back into our waterfall and add the white. And you guys already know that this is going to be like doused in watercolor. So start activating your watercolors if you need to now. Add some white lines here. Ew, why did I sound so nasally right there? And then add some straight white onto the scraggly brush. I just tapped in a couple drops of paint here. And I'm gonna just dab it in. You can dab it, you can scruffy it. Okay, your waterfall is slowly coming to life. Let's do some palms over here. I wouldn't say palms, but maybe like branches. Just adding some, what would you call this? Like far off away palm trees? And honestly, you don't really have to do much to palm trees. You could just add the little black lines. It's just a whole bunch of little black lines everywhere. But it gives it that far off in the distance look. Like, what is up there? Is it a jungle? Is it Mowgli and Baloo? I don't know. Palms. A bunch of lines. You're just giving it some scenery up there in the back. Right. Oh my god. Alistair Moody is the name of your cat. That's funny. Right. Getting my hair up. Let's do a little palm tree sticking up over here. And that's what we're doing. Has been ruled and decided. On top of all of the cloud work. I know. I don't know which direction the wind is blowing. It's blowing this way, it's blowing that way. Is there wind? I don't know. It's just a palm tree that's kind of losing its leaves here. I don't know what happened to that branch. Don't look at it. Pretend it's not there. And then I'm actually going to use some of this like khaki looking color. This is actually called, what's the name of this color? Sandy beige. No, not sandy beige. It's the name of my foundation. Oh my god. What is the name of this color? It's called light mocha. There you go. I'm going to grab some of that and then highlight the sides here. It's a different color, right? Let's add some of that over here too. All right. Light mocha. If you don't have it, you can mix some, let's see, yellow, brown, a slight twinge of orange, not too much orange, just a little bit. And then some brown again, some white, a little bit more white, a little bit more yellow, and you get a sort of similar color. Ooh, I feel like that guy on TikTok that just mixes whatever color. Okay, so that's how you can get that color. If you don't have like a tan, you could just mix some yellow, brown, white, and a tiny hint of orange. Back in. All right. Did I say twinge of orange? I don't even know what twinge means. Okay, Jen, it just sounded like a smart word to use at the time. Gonna grab some light green and let's highlight some of those branches just so that it gives some color off into the palm. And you'll notice I'm not even covering the full thing, it's just a little bit. Okay, our painting is coming along together. I'm gonna start over here to do some like vines as well with the same technique that we just did for the palms. Just vines hanging off here. Let's do some of that lighter green. Okay, I'm just gonna wait for it to dry. So while that's drying, I'm gonna add some, let's grab some of this black, some of this dark green, and let's add some vines hanging off into the waterfall too. Probably need a little bit more black. I might just do this with straight black. It's just some squiggly lines. That's all it is. Squiggly little vines coming down. I'm gonna add some over here. Try to break up that break up your layers of mountains over here. Just get crazy with it. All right, so not so bad. Just you wait. Let's grab a brush that you can do stars on. Does that make sense? Like, most of the time when I talk, I'm like, what am I even saying? Like, only I understand me. Okay, let's do like a brush that you can flick so that we can create stars. If you want to individually dot, be my guest. I am lazy and I would rather get them all out of the way to begin with. So I'm going to grab some white over here. Right? Grabbed it off my palette, and I'm going to add some water to my white. Not a lot, because if you add a ton of water, then it's going to leave streaks and it will not leave nice little dots. But I do want it to be watered down so that it creates that effect. Okay, so I'm going to cover up my work here with my hand, and I'm going to flick. That was a very awkward way to hold the brush. Flick to add some stars to my sky. A little bit down here. Okay. What type of paint this? Oh, this is acrylic. There's a little bit of the neon gouaches in here mixed in, but it's just acrylic. Okay, I'm gonna highlight these little vines over here, and then we will get to the fun part. I don't want to do some like burnt sienna on them. This is a different color than what you're looking at over here, and it kind of brings it a little bit forward. Let's add some burnt sienna over here too. I don't know what happened to this tree. Poor thing. All right. Now down here, we don't want to leave this looking too awkward. So let's also put some, I'm gonna do like a little bush maybe of like a different color flower. I want it to be like red, but not too red. Let's grab some, like a small brush. Kind of like this one. This one's, it's thick. It's got, you know, some sustenance to it. I don't know. Sustenance is food, Diana. You're using the wrong word. Okay. I'm gonna grab this hot pink. Mixed it in with some red. And I'm just gonna use the side of my brush to kind of create these like leaf petal looking things here. Honestly, I'm just drawing like little you know, floral shapes. Okay. All right. Letting people catch up. If you haven't caught up, that's okay. The replay will be available. I'm gonna grab the, oh my god, look how chunky that is. Even like the thick hard body acrylics like stay wet for days. Like that, just best investment you'll make is somebody who paints a lot. Let's put some leaves here. Little leaf shapes. We don't have a way, we don't have a direction of what we're doing, where we're going with it. We're just gonna add them in. Landscape painting, so it's, you know, it's like whatever. It's not confined to strict lines or character designs or anything. I grabbed some black on my fine liner, and I'm gonna just create a couple of little lines here to break up the pink and the green. Like, I don't want it to just be like a pink blob, you know, like the black will kind of separate the green and the pink. It's very tropical. God, I'm so congested. All right. And then as far as acrylic goes, I am done. If you have glitter, if you have metallic paints, if you have shimmer, chrome eyeshadow, something, like, bust that out right now because we're about to have fun with the piece. And I'm just gonna start pouring out watercolors because that's just what we do here. Grabbing some from Boardwalk Chameleons. Let's grab, where's my favorite blue? Well, this is from the Unicorn Shimmer set. Oh, where is my favorite? Where are all of my watercolors? Not here. Okay. Got my little inspiration right here. Let's do some silver. That's from the 90s set. Maybe some glitter. Why is this like double magneted? Maybe some pink also. This is my favorite blue. It's almost like the Unicorn Shimmer one, but just like a little bit darker. The dark blue from the same set. What else? What am I missing? Pink. Do we have a green? We don't need green. We'll be fine without the green. I don't know if I want to use this glitter or if I want to use this glitter. Or do I want to use this glitter? Oh, this is a pretty one too. It's definitely a pretty one from I think that's the ocean or the mermaid. I think it's the mermaid set. It might be the ocean set. I don't know. Okay. Close up my little tins. I have them everywhere. I bought like a baking tray from the Dollar Tree. I'm hoping that it's magnetic so that I can have them all in one tray instead of tins. But I'm scared that the smell is going to go away because I have my ocean set and my sherbet kisses set inside of the same tin. So the smell like combines. So it's like pina colada with cotton candy. And I know it sounds disgusting, but it's like the best scent ever. So opening up that tin like brings me life. And I don't know if having them out in the open will take that away. Has anybody done that? Has anybody like left their watercolors out in the open and like they lose their smell? Because that's like my biggest fear. Aw, thanks, Kathy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not much of like a sketcher, so trying to like explain to people how to like sketch like things like sometimes is really really hard for me because I know that most people need to have it drawn out before they paint. But I'm very much a like, let's paint. Let's just do it. Let's just get it over with. Allison, which one? This one or this one? Or this one? The glow in the dark, the baby blue, or the lavender? Oh my god, Kim can't find her glitter pens. I would be so devastated. Drown this one because this one has a lot of activating to do, so that one might take a while. Straight below all of those. Okay, I'm just gonna like throw them up. This one? Are you talking about this one? Well, this is going to be for the water. The water is what is going to be happening here. They just get someone on it. I know. I leave mine in the tins too, which is like sad because I don't want the smell to go away. Actually, I got one of those aromatherapy candles, the aromatherapy bracelets from Wanda's shop. And then I put the scent in it. So I have the scent. It's not in my watercolors, and it's like, I don't know. Okay, yeah, this is going to be for the water. I'm going to grab my little fine liner and let's add some of that dark blue. And this is just the part where you can, I know that not everybody has like an abundance of Wanda watercolors. I understand that 1,000%. Use what you got. Use whatever you guys got. If you guys have glitter, if you have Arteza iridescence, if you have color shift from, I think it's folk art that does that, use it. Like, just use something to add that extra pizzazz to your painting. I am extremely congested right now. It's getting on my nerves. I'm gonna blend that pretty teal to this light blue. And this is just your time to make it yours. Experiment with it. Make it pretty. Make it shimmer. Bring it to life. Do you. Here is my silver. Add some silver to this water too, because why not? Oops. Add water. This had paint on. It's okay. Let's add purple to our waterfall. Bruno is very devastated that he's upstairs right now. I don't know if he's trying to get in or if he's trying to come down. Right. Add some pink for our little flowers over here. This is always my absolute favorite part of painting, is adding the watercolor in the end. I feel like it just brings everything to life, man. Let's add some blue up here to the clouds. Bring it in, tap, tap, tap. Make it magical and pretty. No, Bruno, I found like a crusted paintbrush outside that he ended up eating. Dog eats everything. Like, no matter where we put it away, no matter how many times we try to hide it, he will find something to eat somewhere. He's literally like, you know, the dog from Marley and Me, where he was like, he ate a phone once. That's Bruno. That is Bruno to a T. I don't know what's wrong with the dog. Just some silver and some blue. Oh yeah, silver and blue inside of the moon. Super pretty. Let's make the moon glow. Fun with it. Don't get caught up in like, oh, I have to be perfect. I have to like follow it along to a T. I have to, you know, when you're doing your art, like, oh, it has to be inside the lines. Like, just have fun with your art, and I promise you the rest will follow. And we're gonna just try to see if this is definitely not activated yet. I don't even know why I would check. Let's do some of this. Also not activated. What the heck? I didn't put enough water. Or I'm just an impatient person. The lavenders are ding ding ding. We have a winner. Either way you go with any of these, is like, it does not matter because they're still gonna be so glittery and so pretty. And this is one that, like, I got it in the, I want to say it was the mermaid, or was it the ocean set? It was one of those sets. And I had been bugging Wanda for like the longest time, and Katie. Like, please bring this back. I'm not using it because I'm so scared I'm going to run out. Like, I want this one, just this one. And then they ended up bringing it out, and I bought like 5 of them. I bought like 5 of them so that I wouldn't ever run out. Look at this one. This is another one. I have my empty tin over there that I put on my fridge because I was super proud that I finished the watercolor pan. I might use this one. I just got this one not too long ago. I actually used this one on my Spirited Away rock, and it is so pretty. And this one's a liquid gel, so it takes a little bit longer to dry, but I do like that you don't have to wait for it to activate. It's already there and ready to go. It's just a magical false. I want to be there right now. Let's just all close our eyes and wish it. Let's manifest. Just throwing up glitter on it. And you know what? That's kind of just my style. If it's not yours, that's totally cool. Just leave it how it was. Not a problem. Nobody's going to judge you for not using glitter if you don't want to. Ah, love it. I love these chunky ones because they're so like glittery. Look at how pretty that's gonna look once it's like dry and ready to go. I kind of want to add some shimmer up here. I don't care. I don't care. Judge me all you want for throwing glitter up on my rocks. It's my style. Ta-da! Look. Okay. I'm gonna call it done. All right. Did anybody paint along? I'm super excited to see what you guys... Well, I know that a couple of you did. I don't know why I'm asking that. Like, I don't know. I hope you guys painted along. Or if you didn't, at least enjoyed watching me paint it. Super excited. Very, very excited with how it came out. You guys want to see my inspo pic? Because if you see my inspo pic, you're going to be like, Diana, that looks absolutely nothing like what it was in the inspo is better. This was actually my inspo pic. It's a scene from, I want to say it's Thomas Kincaid, but I was like, I want to make it my own, and I want to make it so that there's no mermaids, no characters, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And this is what we came up with. Kind of wanted to put my own little twist to it.